small business owner. As I said in my previous video, Girl Friday, we support small businesses with less than 250 staff, meaning startup and medium businesses. And we want to tell you something. In your business, the power of observation is immense. Because if you want to support your customer holistically and answer any problem or pain that they have with your solution to their need, well, this customer would always be using you. They will be your return customer, and when they need you, they will access you because you answer their need to your best of your ability, and they like it. You provide a happy solution. But sometimes somebody may have problem, but they cannot tell you. They are unable to highlight their problem. So this is where the power of observation comes in. Because if you have a reasonable care for people like we are, well, you can help somebody because you identify a need that they maybe not knowing themselves, but you highlighted that problem and you provide the solution to it. The people will always love you for it. Well, our power of observation that we have at Girl Friday, we take it very seriously. Because for 15 years, before I started my business Girl Friday Limited, I was working in health and social care. And I was supporting vulnerable people in society. Drug and alcohol, child trafficking, child abuse, mental health, severe and enduring mental health, personality disorder, homelessness, drug and alcohol abuse, people coming out of prison, ex-offenders, and so on. I did this for 15 years. I started as a support officer, then gradually become a deputy manager, then a manager, and then a service manager. And after that, I was the manager of CQC register, the manager of 2 mental health care homes, severe and enduring mental health care home in Streatham, both in Streatham, London. Yeah? And I realized when my boss closed the care home because he didn't want to look after people like this. I never understood what he said. But that's me. Because I have that thing in me, people, that you never know how the cookie crumble in this life. So you better look after the next one. Yeah, and don't look on people down with they down like this. What's that? Yeah, because you never know as you get older or even younger how the cookie crumble, and suddenly you develop some sort of issue yourself, and you would want, like most humans, that people treat you good, doesn't treat you like if you a lesser human being. So while you are on this earth, my advice, I know I'm somebody different than everybody else because it's not everybody who think like me. But I advise you to care for others just like you care for yourself. Because you will always gonna be rewarded by the people unexpectedly. Trust me. Whatever you dish out kindness, people always come back with the kindness. They don't tell you when, but they always come back with the kindness because they know you're the one who supported them. Anyways, that's another topic. I was on observation. And I take the short read to tell you. Huh? Don't go in my video again, please. I developed Girl Friday model of consumer wants and need based on 15 years of observation of the customer that I was meant to support and also my colleague. And I've noticed across the board, people roughly have the same behavior. They think they don't, but they do. So I classify that behavior because me, when I was a support worker, it was behavior. That's what I was saying all the time. I wanted to support the people who had extreme behavior on different prospects because what was normal for you, it was their normal. If that makes sense. Anyway, that was my previous job. Now this is Girl Friday Limited and I'm a damn good marketer. So my behavioral model, because everybody needs support out there, is valid. I find out that everybody value commodity. It's at the bottom of the pyramid. Each of us depend on our upbringing and environment, and that is true. Life has shown us too many times. That's the second level of the pyramid. For some, it's all doom and gloom, skepticism, deep-seated fear, and doubt. That's the third level of the pyramid. I met so many people like so. To most, it is fame and glory. Yes, me too, I want fame and glory. That's the fourth level of the pyramid. For many people, it is the freedom of monetary wealth. Most people want money. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th step of the pyramid. Myself also I fit in that criterion. Others seek approval and respect. That is the 6th level of the pyramid. Because some people, without people giving them review or telling them that, oh, you look good today with that costume or that top or something, or with that color, some people need that validation. Without it, they don't feel confident themselves. Many people are like this, especially when they get at the top. You find that a lot in leaders. Yeah, that's why they have that token, in social token, strong woman. Then, others seek the desirability of their sexual partner. And I put that on the top of the pyramid, because most people want a partner. They want to get married. It's called respectability. And if they don't have their partner, their children, or grandkid or anything like that, they don't feel respectable. It's a pinnacle of social and society. Therefore, is the top of my pyramid. And Girlfriend's psychological model of consumer wants and need can definitely help you along Maslow's theory of need. Market your business to the right audience. I developed this just with my power of observation for 15 years working with vulnerable people and my colleague. See what that does for you? Amazing. So use your two eyes and observe others. You will definitely help them or improve the world around you. This is what Elon Musk said, and I love that quote. Bye for now. Hi guys, it's Trisha. Today we're going to talk about feedback. Feedback in your small business is very important. This is how people sometimes measure if they can use your business or not, because maybe you're a startup, your brand is new, they do not know you, so they rely on your feedback, whatever people are saying about you, to use your service. There is also feedback is also very important for large businesses, because sometimes when people become large, they think that they do not have anymore the code that they had on when they were startup business. They have another attitude. It's called complacency. And sometimes this happens to SMEs too, because we specialize in supporting SME. And this is part of the fallacy of businesses in the UK. I can only base my observation in the UK because I didn't run a business in France or in Italy or in Spain or anything. But I guess that attitude is seen globally. As soon as a business sometimes make it, some people remain the same way they were when they started. That means their business ethic hasn't changed. The way they treat their customer hasn't changed. Their customer service uphold excellence, because from the start they have realized that without customer their business can't thrive, and they held it for years. Now, there's some businesses, they think because they are major housing association or they are very large, like Virgin Group have many businesses, or they are as big as the government, because the government is a business, that people, because they are working on the big umbrella, so-called big umbrella, they think they are protected. And they think also, some people, because they feel protected, they think they don't have to say anything, because if they say something, those people will go after them, or their protection or their safety would be gone. It could be the case, because there's some people, they react badly. But feedback are useful. I have to give you an example so you understand our customer service is ever so important. Trisha have done a book. I wrote a book about how customer service is ever so important. If you're interested about reading it, you can jump on La Boutique, because currently we have a rare book private sale, and the password is La Boutique. Yeah? So, the example that I'm going to give you, because no small business has shown me that behavior, but I could say that most housing associations in the UK, they encourage their customer to report repair if there is anything inside the property who need fixing, because they are the landlord, so therefore they have that responsibility to fix anything broken inside the property. Of course, the tenant also is responsible to keep the property, their dwelling, in good condition. That's understandable, because the property is not yours. You are renting it. So, based on your rental agreement, you have some responsibility to be taken, but also your landlord have a bulk of the responsibility. And what some housing association does in the UK is splitting their responsibility and doing saving cost on their customer. Because they feel that they're so big, they become complacent and don't do what they're supposed to do. So let's give you an example. Water on its own, you can't blame the water. The water comes with a line scale and all type of other things that the water do, because inside the water there's molecules who affect material. So, water tend to come with line scale on metals. You see it is yellowish. But it also comes in your toilet because of the pipe. So, the line scale build-up can be mighty dangerous if you don't deal with it as soon as you see it. And line scale build-up, even if you removed it straight away, well, it will be rebuilt all the time because you got water running. So that's part and parcel of what's happened when you got water running. So within your home, when you see it around your tap, well, you clean it. You remove the line scale. But when the line scale is inside your toilet, yeah, and you renting in private landlord or housing association, this is not your responsibility. When the build-up is so big. I reported the line scale in my toilet 2 years ago. They came and see. Of course, the build-up wasn't that big. So what they told me is, use line scale remover yourself. It wasn't my responsibility. Now, in 2024, you roll back to 2023. I call them again because the line scale build-up was very big now. It can, when you go to the toilet, the paper has difficulty to go through. So you would say that's an emergency and your landlord will have to jet that toilet for you and clean it properly. But because they didn't do it, I put a complaint. My right. But what I've noticed, there's some large organizations, they don't like that feedback. Even though they're complacent and they don't do what they're supposed to do, when people complain, they leave a feedback for them about their inexperience or what they don't do right towards their tenant. While some people get shirty and decide to not do the work whatsoever and leave the tenant in disarray. So they will do the minimum, but really the minimum, to the point that they don't even do what they're supposed to do. So we reported again that there were a leak coming from the toilet because they repaired it very badly. I reported a slip from my bath because my ceramic bath was cheap and slippery. That they remove it very fast because somebody decided, oh, I'm going to do the work. The safety of the tenant is important, the health and safety of the tenant. And they put a porcelain bath with handle for me. Now, they did that on purpose because technically, and because I put a complaint about the line scale. So now they think that because the time passed, the tenant might not remember. So they banking on this, you see, so they can't do the work. So that bath that they put for me is a porcelain bath. Because I put my feedback about the lack of work being done inside of my property, which is the cheap as cheap that they could do, but even the cheap is not done correctly, make it dangerous and an health safety risk, therefore breaking the law, the UK law. Yeah? Some people will do this all day long to their tenant because they think they're large business and they become complacent. So they can even break the law and the tenant is left. They forgot that the tenant is their customer and customer care is mighty important in your business because if you don't treat your customer right, they start complaining left, right, and center. Other people listen, and next minute you don't have customer. The housing industry thinks they can get away with this because people need a house. Nobody wants to be homeless. So they're worse. They're the worst in terms of customer care because they think they got the higher token. But that's not always true. History has shown us this. Now, if you treat your customer right, you do what you're supposed to do, you are entitled to charge a little bit of rent every year. But what tends to happen, they charge the rent every year, but the repair is not done. They think that they have the right to charge you more rent, but you still live in a property where your repair is not done and an health and safety risk. Now, on the 21st of this month, that's why I decided to do a video about the feedback. How feedback is so important in your business. It helps you choose which organization you're going to use. So, on the 21st, they told me like this, that they're gonna fix my toilet, the line scale. But because the water and the line scale build up, that's 2 years that I'm reporting the same thing. They even put a camera and show me the extent of the line scale. It has taken the 2 toilets plus the manhole. So you see, this is big. They should jet it, clean it, send somebody to scrap it off. So we, as a tenant, who pay in our rent, can use the toilet. But no, what they did, they get shirty, they have a chip on their shoulder as big as I don't know. Why? Because Trisha reported the truth, nothing is done, they send people in your house, they're friendly and everything, but they don't do shit. Therefore, probably they don't even have a degree to do the work. Yeah? They didn't even employ the right staff to do the work inside your property, or they tell you like this that, oh, we send our professional people to your property and they do their optimum work. Really? Or what they say, oh, probably, they would never admit this one, but probably because they say, oh, she put a complaint, she put her feedback, so we're going to do the least work inside her property. Because in the UK, they show me they do things like this. There's some people, they don't really take very well negative feedback. Feedback are important in this life. But as soon as they got a negative feedback, boy, some people get shirty, some housing association, or any, you don't have to be an housing association, or the business will go after you like you the horrible person who put a stain on them. But at the end of the day, this is the right attitude. This is the wrong attitude. I was going to say, I did say this is the right attitude. No, it's not the right attitude. It's a bloody wrong attitude. Because what that does, you can make people give you more and more and more and more bad report because you react to negativity. Instead of saying, oh, sorry, we will do our utmost to fix it. No, they get in a mode like, they're after us, those people. And they tell their staff, oh, you do the least, you're saving costs for us. But there is saving cost and saving cost in your business. If your tenant become at risk, this is becoming an health and safety risk. And my landlord is breaking the law. Therefore, my feedback was not useful. They didn't take it seriously. Because now, my toilet, because I had a leak who was sleeping in the bedroom below, and it was smelling like pee and inside the room, I called them in emergency. That's because, well, the water did its job, isn't it? The life scale built up. Nobody's dealing with it. So the life scale build up. My bathroom toilet. Yesterday, when the guys came to so-called fix it, he stand in front of the toilet. I leave the toilet for him, and I see the shit of probably the whole street regurgitating inside my toilet with pepper on the top. That's because we have the manhole in a garden. So the whole street of where I live, they connected the toilet, their pipe to the toilet. It's a long pipe going there inside the manhole who stood in my garden. So anybody who's got a blockage down the road, well, he end up in my toilet. And because we've got so much line scale, and it is the responsibility of London and Quadrant to remove it, yeah? Well, we got this in our toilet. So, of course, because of the link, they came and they turned the water off. Trisha put the water back on to flush the toilet to see if the paper and the poo of other people gone. Because I was taking a bath this morning and a fly came. I had to come out of, because a fly love decays. Yeah? When they poo, they're dead. Because they need to eat. So if my toilet now, has somebody else poo with pepper on the top, and it's a blockage that the line scale has done, and fly come in, is because it's an emergency. They need to have it removed. But because I put a complaint a year ago, well, my landlord has decided maybe to make me pay for it or something. They didn't like my feedback. So people will say, oh, deal with it. All you have to do is sue them. That's what people do. Yeah? So, I'm going to call them and tell them that I put the water back on. But they give me some juice. You see, some large businesses, because they think that they're big, they can do anything. But at the end of the day, if they carry on doing this, well, suddenly their competitor take over. Because people always go to the better things. So people think that, oh, it's our time, we're just cruising, we're treating people like shit. But always, life has shown us, this company suddenly disappears. It doesn't matter how many years you are there. From the time you are not treating your customer correctly and you are being illegal and making their life and family life in danger because you cannot take negative feedback, your company might disappear. So feedback, you see, is very useful. This is why that company, Trustpilot, has move up so quickly. Customer care is very important, and you can get the book on La Boutique. Bye for now. Trisha. Remember, when you get negative feedback, you need to fix up and apologize to your customer. Because when you do that, people realize, oh, they're not that bad. And they give you another chance. Hi guys. Early on I did a video about your complete audience attraction metric, your lead and sell model that you can get on La Boutique for £10,000. Find out by looking at the theory there. Why is it? I strip this book that are all there to its bare bone by theorizing its content. So it costs you technically 1 million, but it's £10,000 because I want to access more business owners. But look at it good. Don't know if you can see it in a video. You have my time metric there, which I call engagement, because the time it takes for you to access your audience is important. Then you have here your audience attraction. It is linked to the green area there, which is your market. In any given industry and market, you need to access the right audience for your services or product. You need to find your relatable audience. The people who need your product and your services. And to get them, when you have them, you need to use the marketing strategies and tactics which are represented by my flowers. So you got your main sell driver, which composes of your headline, your reason why, your target market, your differentiator, and your feature and benefit. Then here you have the complementary driver. They are not your main sell driver, and people who use them tend to use them upside down. They will guarantee something very quickly like this, or give you their wealth with an irresistible offer so quickly, and they don't need to if your marketing message and your marketing copy has power and contains strategies and tactics within the content. You don't need to give discount to people all the time. Why? You don't like money? Do you know you need money in order to grow your business? Because without it, you can't grow much. You begin to have debt to pay because you can't pay your supplier to turf or your staff. So basically, you need that money. So you need to charge your prices. And the Cat Got the Cream offer you this book actually. It's part of the passage. So this is me encouraging people to read more and apply the content of this book to their business. And here you have, as I said, your complementary driver. In the middle, there, it is your representation of your market. And there you have segment your market. So this is your complete lead and sell model. And if you want it on its own, you can buy it in PDF for £10,000. And you have a representation of its parts in the book, and an explanation thoroughly how to use them and how I derive to them, and a lot more in this book. The reviews are amazing. They said that it can help people. I can't get better than that. And that people can grow their business on my book. I can't get better than that. And it's easy to implement. And I never told the people was my aim. My answer to the question Steve Hackney put to me. Yeah? So when the two reviews I got saying the same thing, well, that's a validation to me that I find the solution to the problem. So, use the solution. Bye for now. You got an explanation why when you visit La Boutique, you find a £10,000 theory model, your sell and lead model. To gain high quality client, here what to do. It takes time to gain high quality client because your product takes time to build. The more detailed is the product, its quality increases. Wants to know more about the nitty-gritty of the product will give you the most amount of money and also make your business high-end and set your business positioning. Time's up. Get the Core Asset plus the Cellar. A winner combination, the manual.